Okay, now we record.
And are we gonna call it like we talked about, buddy? Because
Uh-huh.
you can, okay.
Yeah. All right. This is nothing more than a testimony of some people that's been taking some products, and we want to share it with everybody. And we're getting some great benefits out of it. And what I want to name this is I'm worth it. And you've got to invest in yourself, and you got to believe you're worth it. But you're going to have to be willing to invest. When you believe you're worth it, and the investment is nothing compared to the way you feel. And then when you invest, you're going to get to what we call an ROI, return on your investment. And that'll never happen until you believe you're worth it. So the first person we have here is Megan. And Megan's been a friend of mine for about a year. She's been utilizing this particular couple products. So Megan, come on and tell us how you start your day, but how you finish your night.
Woo, hey guys. So I start my morning off with Skinny Brew. Yes. So what I love about it is it's an instant coffee. But this instant coffee is smooth. What I like about it is it gives me more energy than what 2 or 3 shots of espresso would do working in 12 hours at the hospital. I could probably work a 12-hour shift with one Skinny Brew, like easily. But the focus that it gives me is what I absolutely love. I've always had trouble with focus. I was on ADHD medicine growing up, and focus just never was my strong suit. But now I can sit down, I can get my to-do list, do my steps, whatever I need to do for the day. I sit down, I get it done, and I'm done. That's all. Was very hard for me to do before. I would be watching this or doing that, but now I don't have to worry about that. What I also love about it is it's black coffee, so you can personalize it. Pumpkin spice creamer's out now, guys. So everybody who loves pumpkin spice, you add that to it, add whatever flavors you want. And I'm also down 34 pounds, and I'm maintaining. I'm not gaining. I'm not losing. I'm staying right where I want to be for right now. And then my second product is how I end my day, and that's with our new Sleepy Tea. I'm asleep within, what do you think, maybe 30 minutes after I drink it. I'm sound asleep. I wake up restful. I dream nice. They say if you dream, then you're really in a good sleep. Well, guess what? I'm dreaming, and that's good. So I wake up refreshed, rested, and I'm ready to slay the day away. So that is my new favorite combo. I slay all day and sleep all night. So cool. That's what I'm sticking to.
Oh, I love it. Everybody write that down. Slay all day, dream all night.
Yep.
All right, now we're going to go to Theresa Taylor, been a good friend of mine for many, many, many years. Theresa, come on and tell us how you start your day, but what your favorite product is and why.
Well, how I start my day is with Skinny Brew, but my favorite product is our greens, the super greens. I used to have allergies real bad, and I had to take Zyrtec every day. And I don't know if anybody has had to take that before, but it dries you out. But what you don't realize is it's drying everything out. Mm-hmm. So I started having major problems. So anyway, I started drinking the super greens every day. And eventually I got off of the Zyrtec. And then the problems I was having, I just realized one day I didn't have them anymore. I'm not allergic. I used to not be able to wear like rings or earrings that weren't 14 karat gold. It would break me out. Doesn't bother me anymore. Now, I don't know what did it, but since I've been drinking these super greens, I don't have any of those problems anymore. And they make me feel just good, just healthy and good. So I won't do without them. I won't. There's no way. There was a time that we were traveling and I forgot to take them with me. And I didn't feel so good when I came back home. I had a bug that tried to jump on me and take me down. So I have not gone without them since then. And I feel great every day since then. So I love them. Definitely a non-negotiable in my house with this girl from now on.
Well, I love the part that's non-negotiable. That's pretty amazing. So now we're going to go to Patty. Patty and I have been buddies for a good 15 years. We met a long time ago. And Patty, what is your favorite product and why? And how do you start your day?
Well, start my day with the Skinny Brew too. I do the intermediate fasting where I stop eating about 7 o'clock at night, or not past 7:30 anyway, and then I don't eat again until 11:30 the next day. But I have my Skinny Brew when I get up with a little bit of creamer in it, and I don't get hungry. But my favorite product is our Super Reds, and I just love the taste of it. And if I do get hungry, I'll drink my Super Reds, and that fills me up. It's not a meal replacement, but it gets me my vitamins, and it gives me enough to get by instead of snacking. I love the taste of it. It tastes like a cheer one, a cherry smash type of drink. And I don't drink sodas anymore. Whenever I sit down to eat, I'll have my milk or my Super Reds. But then I end my day with the sleepy tea. I love how it tastes. It is just, it's a soft taste. I don't know how else to describe it. But you know what I like the most about that is how I feel in the mornings. It's not necessarily that I sleep good. It's when I get up in the mornings, I feel better than I have felt in a long time. And I really wasn't expecting that. So that's just a plus. But I could go on and on about other products, like with the greens too. If I had to choose one out of everything, the greens are just banging and they just do everything. But tonight, my number one product, I guess, is the Super Reds.
Awesome. You like the way you feel. I've noticed in the last few months that the vibrancy, as you and I work during the day, we work a lot together. And it's it's just crazy. You're on top of things. You helped me remember a couple things. So that is good for both of us as you're using the Reds. So now we're going to go to Michael. Probably known Michael for close to 15, 20 years. Michael, you come back and we introduced you to a product that you said it helped you with the lymphedema in your legs, and now you're on your course to your way back to health. Would you tell us exactly what that product's done for you, what it is, and what you like best about it?
Well, Rusty, I mean, my children, the thing that really made a difference is the products, all I was taking, and with y'all's motivation. But you said to me one day, you said, man, you ought to really get on this stuff called just celery. And I said, you mean I can go buy a stalk of celery at the store? And you said, no, man, we grow it, freeze dry, we do it, all this. I said, okay, so, whatever. Well, anyway, I started taking that celery, and I took the greens and the reds like Patty and Megan and the Skinny Brew, and I love all of it. But I noticed with my children, I couldn't run. Like, my legs were, when I came back, remember, I couldn't run and my legs were fat and swollen, and you used that word, lymphedema or whatever, and I couldn't even say it at the time because I just thought I was fat, and my legs were getting fatter. But it really hurt my feelings, the fact that I could not really and truly be involved with my children at 13 and 10, like actively playing basketball out back, doing this and doing that. So we got on this just celery. About a week into it, we started talking about this and that, and I had noticed my legs were half the size each day of, you remember, Rusty, how fat, they were whoppers. That right leg was a whopper. And I was just really laid in the bed one night, and I really asked and said, Lord, I need to really get, so we really started focusing on taking the celery twice a day. I'd take it in the morning time, and I mix it with a bottle of water, chug it down. I go to the restroom in the morning. After I go there, I go straight to drink that chug of just celery. And I do the same thing at night. Before I go to bed at night, I'll have the same thing. But here's the difference, y'all. Here it is. I'm going to show you. Can you see that? That's my 3 kids, my 2 kids. Well, I'm a big kid, but there's my daughter and my son. Well, that's the reason why I really, really started to pour into myself, because what Rusty asked me, am I an asset? Am I worth it? Well, yes, because you know what? Now I can run. I can play ball with my children. My legs are the right size. I told Rusty earlier today, when I woke up this morning, my legs felt like they were back when I was like 18 or 19 years old. They were that small. And I said, man, this is amazing stuff. So I go to bed with it every night. And, it's impacted me, my kids' life, our fun time, our run time, our play time, our exercise time. And I'm just thankful for it. So I love all of our products. I love the people. But at Just Celery, I really love it. So that's what's helped me and been an impact in my life.
So what we can talk about or what has been addressed here from this point forward, the quality of life has increased for everybody. The vibrancy I'm seeing because everybody believes they're worth it, which takes me to our last guest. Ronnie and I have been buddies for a very long time, and met him come back again, started utilizing our products a couple of years ago. Ronnie, come on and tell everybody your story and what the product has done for you.
Yeah, it's really been life changing on me. And, I remember when we first got back together, I walked by, I didn't even recognize you because you've lost a lot of pounds since last time I saw you. And you asked me, I was like, man, what have you been doing? You said, I've been drinking coffee. I'm like, man, that's great. He said, you ought to do it. I said, I don't like coffee. I don't like hot drinks. He said, well, you can drink it cold. And I was like, all right, well, I'll think about it, and now at that time I was almost 400 pounds myself. So he knew that I was, I used to joke around it, tell people that I've kept my high school figure. People would laugh and I'd move on. And so anyway, after our meeting, I was leaving. You said, hey, do you want to try any of this coffee stuff? And I was like, no. And you looked at me and you said, sorry, same thing you said to Michael, he said, well, I'll tell you what, when you're ready to be an asset to your family and not a liability, call me. And I was like, well, that's a lot of nerve, but I guess I'm in it, or I needed it. So I said, all right, and moved on. Well, the next day I'm driving to Wilmington to deliver tea. And real quick, man, on the way back, I heard a pastor say that I never saw a dead man cash a check. And man, it hit me so hard that I pulled off the side of the road. I called my wife. I said, honey, there's going to be some changes. And she's like, you're bringing my car home, right? I'm like, yeah, I'm bringing your car home, but we still have changes. And I called Rusty. I said, hey, I need that coffee. And I said, I don't care how to do it. I'll do it cold. We're going to do it. I told my wife, I'm bringing coffee home. We're going to start drinking it. It targets your belly fat, gives you energy, curbs your appetite. And she's like, target your belly fat. I said, yeah. She goes, well, I'm going to do it first because the last child we had came with luggage and left it. So she did it the first. So it's her fault. She did it for a week. In 6 days, she lost 6 pounds, and it was all in her stomach. She said, I don't care what you do. I do not want to run out of this coffee. And so I called Rusty. I said, hey, we're ready. I want to start ordering it. And he goes, what about the business side? I said, well, I can use a little bit of money, but, man, I don't want to sell out of my trunk. He said, I don't know what you've been selling. It ain't that way. Here's 3 steps you could do. Within a year's time, I tell people it's kind of crazy because here's what happened in a year's time. It's like playing a country song backwards. We got our house back from foreclosure. I got my car back from bought a car for my wife. We got our health back. We got our freedom back. And the crazy thing about it, we got our life back. And we started saying, people would ask, man, what is going on with y'all? What are y'all doing? And we're like, hey, we're enjoying life full time. And that's been our tagline. And that's what we tell people, start where you're at and just start enjoying it. Because here's what happened. We got our house back and all that out of foreclosure. We didn't come to It Works and hit the lottery. All we did was find a way to make a little bit of money, $400 or $500 here, start putting them on a bill, start paying that bill. We realized that we was paying more in late fees than the actual bill. So yeah, it really changed our life around. And so we're excited. And this last week, we bought another car and actually paid cash for it. So that's why I tell people, man, I'm telling you, this is life changing, but it all started with one little thing. Me making my mind up, I was going to get my health back and everything else fell in order. So I am happy to be able to share that with anybody and continue to share it.
So Ronnie, in the last couple years, how much weight have you actually lost?
Actually, the first year I lost 55 pounds, and now as of today, I'm up to over 70 pounds working out. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm lifting what I was in high school. Now, don't say I was strong in high school, so don't say I didn't lift much in high school, but because I know where you're heading. But yeah, I mean, I am actually doing what I was in high school, and I'm 52 years old.
That's pretty amazing. So you're down over 70 pounds, got your life back physically, and then you started sharing that particular story with a lot of different people, and you're changing people's lives. So what we want to convey now, that I'm worth it. You have to believe you're worth it. You have to be willing to take the investment and invest in yourself, because once you start investing in yourself, you will get an ROI, which is a return on investment, and you'll become an asset to your family instead of a liability.